Whenever you're ready.
Hi, we're at Eagle Tech. Thank you guys for coming out here today to watch us. This is Veronica. I'm Sequeen. This is Benny, Ryan, and Jonathan. Sorry. Overview. Our group is working on a school-wide and hopefully soon to be district-wide YouTube channel. And the new channel would be able to offer teachers guidance on how to use technology and even different alternatives to use in their classrooms to keep their students engaged. In many classrooms, teachers use the same teaching methods, the same PowerPoints, the same textbooks, the same things over and over again. And it's really boring, honestly. I mean, how many of you guys have actually wanted to fall asleep in class because it's the same PowerPoint? Wow, that's a lot. Our solution is to have teachers choose different form of presentation softwares to keep the students engaged. But the problem is they don't really know how to use them, and so a lot of times they fidget with it. Like they'll find a new thing like Prezi or something, and it doesn't work, or they don't know how to work it. Our purpose for this project is to give teachers a referencing point to find new and creative sites to discover new methods of presenting information to students. This way, students stay engaged and retain information rather than learning it and then forgetting it after the test. And since it's from students, teachers would know what students like to see and what students would rather want to learn with instead of the PowerPoints and the textbooks. Our solution is to teach teachers how to navigate through different tech apps, and YouTube channel does just that because a lot of teachers already know how to use YouTube. It's pretty easy, and a lot of students spend a lot of time on YouTube anyway. So our group of student advocates would identify common problems among all classrooms and create video training staff on how to use them appropriately.
So the specifics, our YouTube channel will be consisting videos that share different websites and tools that the teachers can use in class. And it's going to be run by us advocates, and also hopefully it's going to be other student volunteers that want to help with this. And we're going to be focused on what the students want to see, so we're going to be taking opinions and what they don't like to see in their classes so that we know what to teach the teachers, because they want to keep the students engaged, and if they give them what they want, they're more likely to retain the information.
Okay, measurable, how we're going to measure this is we have to determine how successful we are based on the responses that we're getting. So that is obviously going to be the teacher satisfaction. And one thing you're really going to notice is that if you're in class and you're noticing that, hey, now they know how to do this, and last week I had to help them, and it took 10 more minutes for them to start the lesson, and they're actually doing it by themselves, now you know that this is working. And not only do we rely on the teacher's feedback, but students as well, because this, yes, it's by students for teachers, but this is also for you, because just like this camp, we learned how to work Google Drive, and a lot of people at our school, they don't know how to work it.
Yeah, a lot of times we need help like figuring out ways to present our own projects, and PowerPoint just gets kind of boring after a little while.
Since it's such like a time-consuming project, we needed a pretty strict deadline for the videos, and as students ourselves, we always had commitments of our own, so we decided that releasing a video with every progress report was a good idea to keep it on track.
I mean, we're all in different things like sports, fine arts, and things, and those really catch up with you. So we were originally thinking like every week, but many students have time to watch that video, and not us in general have time to make that video.
So we knew that this was really realistic because YouTube is an easy tool to navigate because a lot of the teachers and the students both have access to it. So we also want to make it popular on campus, so we thought to like advertise it through maybe student newsletter or on the announcements so students know, hey, we have this tool for you, and also the teachers are working on it so that you get a better education from it. And so since we all know how to use this site, it'll be really easy for us to jumpstart it. And on the top right is kind of what we want to do, but except it's run by teachers for teachers. And so it's going to show you kind of what kind of videos that we'll be showing.
Hello everyone and welcome to Teacher Entertainment. Today we're here with Mr. Ochoa, teacher at Railway Elementary.
So today we're going to talk about collaboration through Google
Google Documents and Google Drive. Now, collaboration is just a fancy way of sharing things with each other. So today I'm actually going to share a document with my friend Spencer. Now I'm going to create a Google document. Now I want to share a thank you note with my friend Spencer. Ready? So as I'm writing my thank you note, I'm going to type up what I want for the thank you note. Next, I'm going.
So basically, he's sharing how to make a Google document and share it with other people, and that's going to be kind of stuff that we touch on so that the teachers can interact with the students. Except it will only be student.
Yeah, and see, as you can see, it was pretty boring. But when students run it, we would have different things like teacher guest stars and seeing which different apps that teachers use to keep themselves organized. And so it would be a little more casual and more lighthearted than just instructional tutorial videos.
Oh, okay. For our timeline, as Ryan had said, we need kind of a strict deadline because we're all busy with our own lives. So by the first progress report, we're going to have our first video up. By the first semester, so that's 36 weeks, we're going to have 6 videos and at least 5 new recruits that we hope to acquire. And then by the end of the year, we're going to have 12 videos and 7 to 10 recruits. This would prove that the group is growing and that we're being successful. So basically that means a video every 3 weeks.
Just kind of the things that we need to kind of kickstart our group. We're going to need us, the student advocates, and the media students to kind of help us with the reporting and the editing side of the YouTube channel. And we're going to need the opinions of the student body because while we all have great ideas to use in the channel, we don't have enough to make it through the entire year. So we need the opinions from the students. And we also need the students that are kind of passionate like we are to join up with the group and help us along the way. We're also going to need cameras and computers to use to record and edit. And we're hoping that we can get that from the media and have them let us use it when we need to. But if we don't, we do have backups of our own. And just the place to do it, really anywhere inside of Eaton that we can find empty and quiet enough to record.
Yeah, because like the library's open before and after school, so we use that time to film. And there's a lot of other apps that in case we wouldn't be able to film, the whiteboard animations, we'd still be able to make videos and, stick to it.
So who would this be? It would be student advocates, media, and recruits. Eagle Tech is a YouTube channel, so we'd be making YouTube channels for our school. When we would do it is every progress report, which is every 3 weeks, and we thought this would be a good goal for ourselves because we have our own lives as well. It would be at Eaton High School. Why we would do this? We want to equip the teachers with tools to engage students in class, and it'd also help us with learning and like studying and things like that. How we're going to do this through a YouTube channel and how much, no money will be required, but the students must be able to commit their time outside of school, not inside school, because honestly, we all want to go to lunch. We're not going to stay after lunch, and we're not going to help all together, like spend every single second that we have. So we have to have this specific date set out for us.
In conclusion, our main goal is to equip the teachers with the right tools to keep the students engaged. Because this is a future project, we have no research that we can depend on, and by the first year, however, we hope to have enough information to reference to in our years to come. So we couldn't find anything on student satisfaction rates, but by the first year, we'll conduct enough polls and have enough research through just Eaton High School to, base it off of for the future. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
Did you have something you wanted to add?
There's another slide.
Okay.
Oh, okay. For sustainability, so, we're going to graduate eventually. We're not going to stay in high school forever. So how are we going to continue this program after we leave? So we decided that we would have an application process in which we would select officers. So like president and secretary and stuff like that. Because then that it's going, and that the people who were elected are responsible enough to keep this going even after we leave.
And also, we know that with the success of the high school application, that there will be other advocates that come through after us that are younger, and they can come through and help with the program.
So that's end. Any questions?
Yes.
After you get it through Eaton, will you continue it to other high schools, elementary and middle schools?
We actually talked about this. So we're already making a YouTube channel and we're explaining these things. So we figured instead of trying to get other schools to do it, you guys could just come to our channel and watch it. But we feel maybe not everybody in other districts would want to do it. We want to kind of expand this to other districts, not just ours, because ours is pretty advanced in technology compared to other districts. So maybe other districts, I would encourage them to start their own program, but I think Eaton should be a good starting point for ours.
I mean, it's YouTube. I mean, anybody can go on YouTube and anybody can watch the video. So even if Northwest or anyone wanted to come in, it would be a reference point for anyone.
I have a quick question. Based on the rich and plentiful amount of media that's on YouTube, on the internet, you can pretty much Google anything. What's going to make your videos that you're creating? And is your audience teachers or students?
Teachers.
Well, it's kind of both.
But students can use it, but it's by students for teachers.
Okay.
The idea was that when we looked on YouTube, we really couldn't find another channel that was showing, from a student's perspective, a way for the teachers to learn something new and incorporate that in the classroom. So our goal is just to be the first of a kind, really, and show these teachers how to do it. And as for audience, I mean, it's meant for teachers, but really anyone can go there to learn anything.
Okay, and have y'all determined what your first video is, and why did you choose it?
We haven't done that yet.
We actually thought about like organizational apps, and we went and looked at it, but we didn't really have a lot of time to go through like each organizational app. But the first video would be done before school started, because the first 3 weeks were really hectic for us, especially because we're so involved. So we'd have the video done, and we'd just post it by the first progress report.
Any other questions?
I have a question. So as far as like sustainability goes, you guys are talking about like high school advocates that would, help. But they'll probably have their own, projects that they're working on, and then as far as, other kids that would join, people are only going to join unless they benefit themselves. So what can you guys put in place so that they benefit and then they want to join?
The type of student, well, the high school advocates, we know that not every single project will be successful. Like right now, so this is a future project. We won't even know if ours is successful. So we're hoping that there will be some who are willing to join. And as for the students who only want to join for their own benefits, those wouldn't be the types of students that we would want to run this program. We'd only want the ones, who actually want to make a difference in the classroom and want to see things improved.
Yeah, and I texted my friends about it, and I told them about what we were doing, and they said that they would definitely like to do it, because first of all, it's making videos, so everyone wants to be a YouTuber, so this would be a fun way just to come in, and then, of course, we're all friends, so that would just be a fun thing to do outside of school.
First of all, how do you prevent someone that just wants to be a YouTuber from coming in and not having the focus and the vision for what you want, and still recruiting those that have that focus and vision? How are you going to cast that net?
Like we said earlier in the presentation, there's going to be an application process that goes through being an officer and advocate with our group. So we're going to use that application as well as an interview to try and focus the group into that situation.
And we're here to start it, so I mean, all the advocates would know the vision and know where it started, so they'd be able to bring people back.
And I have another question along those same lines, because you talked about bringing your friends in. One of the things that great leaders know is that the best to recruit is someone that's not exactly like you, and bring in people from the outside. How are you going to develop that diversity to support what you're doing and keeping that eye, that perspective, and it not become about who the friends are?
Once we gain popularity and we show along with the announcements and kids see oh, that's an interesting, we want to join, we're hoping that we can pull all types of students so they can be like, hey, I like what you're doing, but I also think that you can try and talk about this subject more, because there's also some students who it applies to that you're not showing, so hopefully we can bring in more different types of students.
And I know that we are already kind of diverse because 16 is in theater, I'm in one sport while Jonathan's in another. So we can already draw upon that background to kind of spread it around the school in different areas to bring in different diversity of students.
We even kind of discussed today that So yes, we could want people like, we want student advocates, but again, there's other projects that you guys are doing. So we were talking about how maybe so Eaton, since it's just opening next month, we're going to have a open house, and then in August we're going to have like a flight camp, which is going around the school and just kind of hanging out and learning your way around. And we were going to email the director of the camp that is going on, and we're gonna, and we're going to also email the principal and see how maybe we could set up a booth so we could start recruiting people right away, even before school starts, and that would get more diversity in our program.
One thing that Northwest is stingy about is social media run by students in the name of Northwest ISD. And I only say this because in 7th grade, we made the Tidwell Theater Twitter page. And it was so amazing. We had like 30 followers, so we were like, yeah! And we got in trouble, and we ended up having to take it down, and we got a pretty bad scolding because we didn't have permission. So are y'all planning to do this in Northwest ISD's name, or is this like a
More of Eaton's name, but we did talk to
Northwest ISD. So
We are gonna need.
Eaton's inside of the Northwest ISD. I mean, it's one of the high schools in the area. But like you said, you didn't have permission, so we're gonna go and we're gonna ask for permission to do it before we do.
We
But I
talked to
think
Miss
with
Griffith
the
about
name-
it, so she's like the tech person. So we talked to her about it, and she thought it was a good idea, and so she said that her support was behind it. So I guess we have permission.
But yeah, with the high school backing us, I think.
And I would definitely proceed with talking to Miss Eddy. Just sharing, it's always good to share your ideas. I think she's the type of person who'll be very receptive, but I would certainly share your plan.
Last year in teen leadership, we had Bulldog Buck videos, if anybody is from CTMS. So we'd have a Twitter, Facebook, and everything page. So then whenever we posted a video, we'd put the link onto the Twitter, so whoever followed us got to look at the link, and they can go watch a video.
Yeah, it works. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Everybody else, we can have